Now, tell us about the spelling bee. Where did it all come from? Because I know in the States it's very, very popular.
It's very popular everywhere. In the States, they have it in Nigeria. In Ethiopia, they have it as well, in India. And so when we were looking for something innovative, something fun, something engaging to get kids reading, because we as an organization thought, well, kids don't want any more class. They don't want any more teaching. So how can we do a game that would engage them? And so we thought, well, if the spelling bee works everywhere else, and it really has been found to improve literacy, why don't we do it here? So that's what we did.
For those who don't know,
right,
what is spelling bee?
The spelling bee is just basically a spelling competition. It's like if you imagine idols, where you have a given set of people and then they come on and do something, and then you have the last one standing. So it's like that. The kids come up, they spell, the last speller standing is the winner. So we've had it now in kids from 5 provinces coming together, and in December there'll be one speller who will be left to say they are the champion speller this year. And
the kids, are they getting into it? Are they feeling it? Are they doing it?
The children are phenomenal. I think the one thing that we've seen we started last year and this year, is that these children are ready to go. All they want is a challenge. All they want is to be pushed, and as soon as we push, they go. The nervous people are the parents.
Yes.
The children are ready to go.
So what do? So you take a dictionary and you ask them words from there. What happens?
Okay.
Just give us a breakdown.
So I look at the ANA vocabulary requirements for the grades 4 to 8, and we then set a list of words. Some of them are more crunchy than others. Some of them are meant to challenge them. And then we create a Mzansi Spelling Bee word book. And the word book design came out from an 11-year-old from KZN. We said to them, help us design this thing. They designed the cover for us. We have a word book. Each of the kid gets a book, and they learn their words from the book. And they really do well. They just swallow them up. Sometimes we have a problem. We think we don't have enough words anymore because they just run with them. So the kids get the book. They have about 2 months to prepare, and then they start. And then we have meets from rural communities, urban communities, from everywhere in South Africa. And then we have regional ones, provincials, and now the national.
Now this really sets a tone for spelling. And not just in English, but also other languages. Is there maybe programs in place to do that?
Well, there are other spelling bees that maybe try to engage different languages. But the problem is that our languages are extremely phonetic.
Yes.
What you hear is what you spell. English, however, philosophy is not what you hear is not going to be what you spell, and that's really what makes it an interesting game. But we've also incorporated a lot of South Africanisms. So you'll need to know how to spell Lekgotla if you're South African, right? Yes. You'll need how to spell Zozo. So we have a lot of vocabulary that no matter what race you are, if you're South African, you're going to have to know. So we have those too.
So if you don't know the word Zola, you need to spell it.
Yeah, if you don't if you don't know how to spell Izikotani, for instance,
then you have a problem.
You have a problem.
How's the support from the schools been so far?
The schools have been great. They've been phenomenal. And we've been surprised that schools that would usually be rated as underperforming or perhaps more disadvantaged schools have really taken to this and have taken to the opportunity to have their kids rise to the occasion. And their kids just keep rising to the occasion, keep overperforming, keep surprising themselves. But schools generally are now getting themselves to say, hey, how can we participate? We started just with individuals participating. If your school doesn't want to, come along. But now schools are saying, hey, we want to be part.
Tell us more about the event on the 10th. What, where, and how?
On the 10th, we have 50 spellers who are going to be coming from 5 provinces, and they will be meeting at the stage at the Joburg Theatre. It's going to be at 6 o'clock on the 10th of December. The tickets cost 50 rands for the show, but really we're encouraging people to bring your kids. This is not it's in a theatre, but it's in a theatre because it's special, because it's going to be big, it's going to be grand, it's going to be lights, it's going to be the big stage, and we want the kids to really get a sense of how much they've achieved in doing this, because it's a big achievement.
And these are all the finalists. How many finalists do you have?
We have 50 finalists coming in. We started with just over 1,000 kids, and now we've narrowed it down to the 50 best spellers. And I can say, being a Gauteng, I have a certain bias, but all the kids are just really ready to go. We have kids who've never been to outside of their provinces.
Yes.
We have kids who've never been outside of their towns, who now have this opportunity because they're intellectually astute to travel and see the country and be part of this thing.
Any last words of encouragement to parents, schools, participants that's partaking on the 10th?
First, the parents, calm down. That's always what we have to say. But to the kids, I mean, they have achieved so much and they've come so far, and I want each of them to know that just being on that stage means that they're a cut above the rest.
The prize money?
Give me some.
Do you have?
No. Well, we have like holidays planned, electronics for them, books, but the kids never ask us about the prize. They're like, I want to win.
Okay.
And you say, what do you want to win? They're like, I don't care, I want to be the best speller. And that's always for them what they want.
And that is the key.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. That's Ntsako Mkhabela. She is the director for the Mzansi Spelling Bee. Thank you so much for joining us in studio.